So we see how this works in the dark. Brooke left to go home from coming out for her birthday dinner, and she called me to say, "Hey, about 200 yards out in this field." I called the guy that farms it. Anyway, he says, "Yeah, I was out coming back from running geese off, and I come through there, and I met this white car. It's this little white Mitsubishi. With two appear to be people from India." He says, "They spoke really great English." He says, "I bet they work for one of those high-tech companies." Yeah, he's one of those guys that if you run your horse across his field, it's $100 a hoof print. I hate to guess how much money he got out of them to let him sit there for right now.
That was close. Yeah, it was close.
He doesn't know if they got anybody coming to get him out or not. Well, he says, "I'll see if it's still there in the morning," and you might even find him sleeping in it in the morning. Hey, people, don't be driving out in the field. He's actually got a dirt road through there to get from one farm to another, but, you just don't do it, especially this time of year.
I want to. It's fun.
Yeah, Becky wants to help buried. She can get her little Honda.
Yeah.
Buffalo just laying out in the middle of everything. Smug as a bug. A little chilly out here this morning. Yeah, it's all white down there. 28 degrees. Sun shining. And this magically got some straw on it. I found out about this at 2 o'clock this morning. I think I've mentioned it once or twice, but Maury hasn't been feeling really good lately. It's been like 2 weeks. Went to the doctor and they kind of really dicked around and really didn't do shit. I mean, if he was feeling better and in his right mind, he'd probably stick his foot up the doctor's ass until he could see it through his eyeballs for what they didn't do. He ended up going to the hospital last night. They had him for, I don't think they had him as long as his doctor had him last time around. No, wait a minute. No, they had him longer. Because, yeah, well, they've had him for like 2 hours last night and an hour or so this morning early, right? Still less time than he spent at his regular doctor in the last 2 weeks. That didn't do a damn thing for him. You are your own health advocate, by the way. Sorry, I'm getting comfortable here, sitting up on Becky's ride. They run in through all kinds of stuff. They did pretty much every blood test known to see what's going on, if they can figure it out that way. And ultrasound, which his regular primary is going to have him take an ultrasound, would be next month. You got a man who's been sick in bed for 2 weeks. Let's wait 2 or 3 weeks before we get an ultrasound for him, right? I don't know. Go straight to the hospital. Go to the ER. They do that. It's done. At one point I thought something was said about an MRI. They might not have done an MRI. It may have been a CT scan. I don't know. I was not quite awake at 2:15 this morning when Helen came in to tell us what was going on. But since she was waiting to hear what was going on, she came down and spread straw after we had Brookie's little birthday party. And after we went for a little road trip last night, no idea if that car's still out in the field or not. I got a feeling it's not, because we went around. There's 2 different ways you can go around the block. Well, we went past there, hung a left, and came around and came back in this side of it. We got back on the highway, and you could see something parked along the road with flashing lights on it. So we're assuming maybe they got a tow truck out there to get them out or something. Anyway, yeah. That same guy, he had, I think they were planting across the road from where that car is. In, October, I guess. One of those little breaks we had where the weather was decent. He had 2 or 3 different guys out planting grain. And one of them calls in, "Hey, boss, you might want to come over here." Oriental gentleman out there trying to teach his wife how to drive in the field that had just been planted, literally right behind the drill. And then proceeds to get stuck, of course. Oh well, anyway, get my feeding done and see what to do today. You can't see it, but I can see it. I'm looking between those two posts, and Boomer's head's right there. She's looking at you like, what's going on? Oh, I better get them fed. Yeah, go figure. Get the camera out, they'll stop. They were hooping and hollering and screaming. Yeah, as soon as the camera's out, instant stop. Yeah, stop to take a leak. Oh, and complain to me. Or the dog. Dog just walked by me. He was looking at her. Well, maybe around, maybe not. A few of them hiding down there between the mamas. Oh, a few of them hiding right there in that corner too. Then over here we just got, I think there's at least 4. Oh, there's 5 of them out there taking advantage of eating some hay while mommies are out of the way. And I know there's a couple in here sneaking a bite of breakfast because one's sticking out right there. That shiny spot, that's a calf. 10 or 12 of them out there all day yesterday, and apparently they didn't finish. A couple of comments I kind of agree with. Really got to wonder if they bothered to add any water to their glyphosate. And then apparently all they're supposed to be doing is spraying little rings around their new plantings. Well, for one, how can you tell where the new plantings are? And for 2, when did they put the new plantings in? I mean, you know, we've been, what, a year and a half with what's there? And now they're going to spray around new plantings? That's your government bullshit at work. Just keep in mind, those guys down there don't speak a lick of English. Probably are using that spray straight, which I've never seen on the label where that's supposed to be something you should do. And they're all getting prevailing wage because it's a government job. Let that sink in for a minute. And I'm just going to go out on a limb and say they're probably getting like $35 an hour to walk around with a backpack sprayer on their back. I could be wrong. Okay, so I finally made it in the shop. Nothing in that trap. Those 2 are there. That's flipped over. And this trap's not here. I haven't moved anything yet. I'm going to guess maybe it's underneath that, because that was not tipped over last night. I'm hoping it's, oh wait, I found it. It came through here though. It's right there, wedged in there. Oh! I don't know if you can see a little face there or not. I'm not going to zoom it in out of respect, but I don't know how he got caught in there, but he's in there and he's looking at me and he's still breathing. Oops. I guess I'll have to let the dogs have that one. Well, it's been a day. I let my little friend out. Blue and him had a nice conversation. Except Blue was a little slow, so the sucker almost ran up my pant leg. I lifted my toe on my boot just enough. He went underneath my boot, and I stepped back, and he wasn't feeling really good after that. So. We did a little dinking around in here. I don't know how many deliveries we got today, but there's 4 or 5 boxes there. God knows what's even coming. Bunch of stuff off of that cart. That box still goes back on it. I'm trying to leave it. The only thing on it's going to be the stuff for the sprayer. Not all this got out of the way, but a bunch of other stuff got done. And throughout the day, the way the day worked, I found out we have a new lady in charge of no man's land behind us. Boy, did I blindside her with a text. She's got the same number the other gal had, but it ain't the same gal. And she got back to me, and I kind of mentioned something about, how strong are they putting the glyphosate on, and any of them even a commercial applicator. She actually was nice. She got back to me and let me know that the boss is there, actually out with the crew, and one of the crew members. They are both licensed commercial applicators. Now, well, good. Then they should know. They should know how to read the label. And I kind of told her how much actual product they should not have exceeded to do all the acres they got to do. So I'll know that when they give me the invoice, and it'll all be listed. Yeah, well, who knows. Anyway, luckily most of the day today we had an east wind, so it was blowing the stuff the other way instead of right into the yard. Had, I don't know, probably an hour-long meeting with the gal here, and filled her in on the history and filled her in on what's going on. And Ty Lynn and Brooke and Becky, they're all allergic to whatever's planted out there. Got her to give us the actual inventory is what's supposed to be planted out there, which Becky started reading it off, and I go, oh, that's cute. Those are things that shouldn't be there anyway, but it is what it is. Showed her where Becky's concern is for getting out of our driveway, because she can't see the only direction you can look. And she says, well, yeah, they planted shrubs out there, and they're all shrubs that are supposed to get tall. Oh, well, that's nice. That one area that was supposed to have ground cover and not anything sticking up. So she's going to see if they can do something about that, and discuss the long needle pine that we still have back past the falls to our south line that's against the fence, and limbs keep taking the frickin' fence down. She's going to see what they could do about that. In the meantime, I'm just going to hope she wasn't just blowing smoke up my ass. But nice young lady. Seemed to listen, seemed to understand our concerns at least. That's pretty much it on that. And hey, I'm sorry about the audio on the very first clip. I mean, I just went through and saw what I had and went, oh God. And I wasn't going to put it in. I thought about wiping it out, but then I explained some of it in the second clip. So, yeah. Anyway, and Maury wasn't exactly, shall we say, thinking clearly when he let Ty Lynn know how his visit to the hospital went. Hopefully some good antibiotics are going to take care of what he's got going on. Apparently his why did I forget what it's called? A little finger that hangs down off your intestine just out of your stomach. Appendix. Apparently it's enlarged. Well, that'll make a person really sick. So I'm assuming rather than cutting him open and removing it, they're just hitting him with some antibiotics and hoping it's going to go down, which that's usually pretty common, as long as they catch him soon enough. My father-in-law had that happen about 50, almost 60 years ago, and he still has his appendix. Oh, anyway, I figured I'd catch you up on that a little bit. Tell you, yes, it's a dog's life. And I don't even know what else happened today. It's just been one of those days, 10 different directions. And I thought I was going to be smart. I really did. Little bugger for setting a post. Rubber bands rot, so this one was actually brand new in the drawer, hadn't been used until we put the new mailbox post up, and the rubber band was rotten. I thought, we'll put magnets on there. Got these little strips, they fit right in there. Yeah, these two, I got the backer off the sticky part. The rest of them, the backer just half rotten, won't come off of it. So, but I got more pieces I can cut up. I might do that. I don't know. I gave up for now. Why? Because it's about time to let the cows in. And since we pretty much know that Maury doesn't have something nasty that's contagious. And Tiny had spent some time with him. She went up, left, I don't know, over an hour ago, I guess. We went up to go visit with him for a little bit. She hadn't, other than going up there to deal with the calf a few times, she hasn't spent a lot of time up there. She needs to. He needs it and she needs it, you know what I mean? Even if all they do is sit there and look at each other. Oh, and I probably should grab this. This is supposed to go in the service truck. Wire stripper that Ty got me off of Scamazon. Delgada. Had some weird instructions for using that screw and whatever. I don't know. I like the ones I got in my toolbox here in the shop. They just work like that and pop, and this one's got some adjustment for some reason, but throw that in the service truck since I'm going that way. Wake the dog up. DOG, let's go. Bad when you gotta wake him up to get him out the door. And sunny day. I'll bring you back in a minute, for a minute. I had to look to find the little tracks where I showed you the other night. They got wiped out. But yeah, a couple up there at the end of that piece of straw. And over here, that one's a pretty good one. I'll give you a little idea for size. It's basically the size of my thumbnail. And I know I've seen one of the weasels run from over there across into here. Probably a good place for them. If they're over here, I know there's mice in the manure there. And we know there's rats in that barn. So I'm kind of wondering if that isn't weasel tracks. I'm sure Camo Cowboy Outdoors, he'd know for sure. I mean, gee, I only seen 3 times in my life seen a weasel. One crossing the road a couple weeks before they showed up here, and one in a trap over in that barn. And I watched a smaller one from the bell wagon across there one day. So, yeah, I'm not like they left any tracks where they were. Anyway, well, I know which calf will probably be the first one in. Yeah, little Miss 511C. She's always got to be right up here. And 241, she's definitely working her way up here. And she's in the way for the gate to open. You need to move, sweetheart. You need to move. Looks like I need to go around and push her out of the way. Go figure. Not like I'm not going to get my shoes full of shit to begin with. And look at that, gave 241 the chance. I don't think some of these other girls have much of a chance of beating her in. Did a little looking earlier, counting heads. You all right there, girl? Yeah, you had to sit like a dog before you get up. You still need to move, though. Come on, move your butt. Oh, you can poop later. You can poop later. Oh, she might not get to be the first calf in. There's 2 of them over to my right. Hey, move. Dang wild cattle. Too wild. Boomer knows she's got to step around it. Calves will learn. I don't want to push that little dark one into the fence. It's one of the younger ones in here. So there's only 10 left in this group to go. A couple of them are looking closer. And 2-year-olds, there's only 6 left. Excuse me. And 3 of those are looking like the calf should just, you know, I mean, if the calf farted, the calf would launch out. Hey, that should be a ruby. Is that a ruby? She won't let me see her tag, but kind of looks like her. Kind of acting like her, you know, getting in my way. And little mama. That's a good little cow right there. She had her calf eating on her earlier, and another calf was just trying to sneak in, and Tylen's yelling at the other calf. Like, that ain't gonna do no good. Calf reached up and tried to take a drink. She said, no, you're not my calf. So, anyway, maybe get something better tomorrow for a video. Today's kind of sucks. But, yeah, just one of those days. What you doing, big girl? You just gonna stand there? Huh? What? Really? You don't have a calf yet, so you don't have to talk to the one over here. Talking to the chrome one. Dancer's calf. Right? Yeah, Dancer's calf. So, anyway. Hoping they're done screwing around out there. Now the worst thing is, when the sun shines and the wind blows, we still get all the pollen from it. Which, as Becky was told when she was getting her allergy shot last week, that the pollen count went from like 1, and it was like 6 or 8 last week. And they're going, oh yeah, you're going to start having troubles. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you all had a good Thursday. Hope everybody has a great Friday.